Revenge films.
My name is Samantha. I live together with my husband, John. On our 20th wedding anniversary, my husband handed me an official divorce registration paper without any warning at all. It was our anniversary that day, so I bought a strawberry shortcake to celebrate our wedding anniversary. I also cooked us a sumptuous dinner for the occasion. John and I have a son, but he has his own life now, and he comes to visit us during the holidays and other important occasions. Now that we are not living together with our son anymore, we enjoy our time by doing the different hobbies we have. We are living a very fulfilling life. I don't see any signs of my husband cheating on me either. That is why I thought we were both very happy with our current lives. However, when my husband arrived from work, he made a declaration out of the blue.
Let's get a divorce.
He said without warning. I had no idea why he said that, so at first I thought he was just kidding. However, my husband's eyes showed otherwise. He was serious. It wasn't a joke at all. These eyes showed me how he really felt all that time. I was so shocked beyond measure. The plate that I was holding fell to the floor and broke. What are you saying? Why do you want to get a divorce?
I don't like how you waste a lot of things. I can't take it anymore. I've had enough.
Huh? What do you mean, waste a lot of things? When did I waste, and what in the world are you talking about?
You keep on buying additive-free food that I don't understand.
I chose to buy food without additives because I was worried about your health. Besides, they're not that expensive.
All foods are the same. Food is food. I don't need additive-free, organic, gluten-free, or whatever. You're just trying to justify your wasteful spending.
I don't understand why, of all possible reasons, my husband's reason for wanting to get a divorce is my wasteful spending habit, which, by the way, is not wasteful at all. My head spun like a top that won't stop spinning. Just a few minutes ago, I was happily cooking food for dinner to celebrate our 20 years of marriage. But a mere few minutes after that, my husband is now barking at me about getting a divorce. I couldn't keep up with the sudden turn of events. However, my husband didn't back down. He shoved the divorce paper at me, and he insisted that I sign the paper. That day, there was no way I could sign such a paper without any thought at all. So I ran to the bedroom and I cried in my bed. I didn't get out from under the covers. However, even after morning came, reality still hasn't changed for me. The official divorce registration form is still on top of the table. What's worse is that my husband already signed the paper, as if he wanted to get rid of me immediately. I don't know what to do. While I was contemplating what to do, my husband woke up and walked towards me. I greeted him good morning like I always do, but my husband never responded to my greeting. Then, every single day since he told me that he wanted a divorce,
Let's get a divorce. I can't deal with you anymore. I've had enough.
he kept on saying those words to me. My heart finally broke, and I thought that I had no choice but to sign the paper. He wasn't unfaithful or anything, so I can't demand alimony from him. My husband owned our house. That is why he kicked me out of there. So I moved into a studio apartment. I was so shocked with everything that happened. The first month since I moved into my new apartment, I was very shocked and depressed about how my husband kicked me out of his life, that I wasn't motivated to do anything at all. However, as the days and weeks passed, I started realizing that sulking and doing nothing about my life was a waste of time. Now that I'm single again, I feel a little lighter, like a burden has been lifted off my shoulders. I felt ready to take on the world and build a new life for myself, so I called my friend to meet up. Since then, we have had to take lessons and learn some new skills. My friend invited me out to lunch, so I decided to join her. As I kept myself busy and distracted from what happened, living alone started to feel enjoyable and fun. Ever since I started learning a new skill, I feel young again. Before I started living alone, I was living together with my husband, doing the same mundane tasks every single day. I've been meeting with friends and going out more often now, so I've been taking better care of myself, and I feel a little bit more fashionable compared to before. My friends' compliments gave me hope, and that made me still enjoy life, no matter the circumstances. Also, I don't need to take care of my husband anymore, and I also don't need to choose additive-free food anymore, because there is no need for me to be concerned about his health anymore. I found happiness in cooking the food that I wanted to eat, without having to think about what my husband wants to eat and sacrificing my wants. While I was enjoying my daily life like that, one day, while I was enjoying my cake and sipping my favorite tea, my ex-husband showed up at the cafe that I've been frequenting lately. When my ex-husband saw me, he stomped his feet and marched toward me. He looked me in the eyes and shouted,
When will your parents' inheritance be sent to my account?
"Huh? What in the world are you saying?"
I'm talking about inheritance! You received about $300,000 when your parents passed away, didn't you? I'm asking you when you're going to send half of that amount into my account!
John shouted at me. My aged mother passed away last year and I received inheritance money. But it doesn't have anything to do with my ex-husband and I don't know what he was talking about. So I angrily replied, "Huh? What are you saying? What I inherit from my mother is none of your business. We're already divorced, remember?"
Of course I have the right to the inheritance! We might be divorced now, but we were married for a long time, so of course I have the right to the inheritance as well! I was waiting and waiting for when you'd send me half of the inheritance ever since we got divorced. But there were no signs at all of the money being transferred to me. So I went out of my way to look for you, and now here I am! Give me half of the money you inherited from your mother, right now!
Of course, that's impossible, because you don't have the right to inherit it.
You've gotta be kidding me! Why do you think I put up with you for all these years? What do you mean I don't have the right to the inheritance when I thought that your family inheritance would set me free?
I think I finally know what my ex-husband was scheming. It seems like my ex-husband has been eyeing my mother's inheritance. When he heard that my mother passed away last year, he checked that I received the inheritance from her, so he decided to divorce me. Then he thought that after our divorce, he will receive half of the amount of the inheritance money that I received, and he thought of living a life of leisure and enjoying the rest of his life. That is the real reason why he insisted on getting a divorce. I thought that this is a very serious matter, so I clearly explained to my ex-husband that my parents' inheritance was not subject to property division, so he wouldn't receive a penny. My ex-husband then got confused and panicked and accused me of lying. He started ranting about how everything I just said was all lies. I didn't want to cause a scene at the cafe, so I paid for my coffee and dessert to take the conversation outside the shop. My ex-husband then followed me outside shouting that I pay him the money. When I arrived outside, I used the internet to search online about the inheritance. I then showed an article stating the information that ex-husbands don't have the right to inheritance of the ex-wife's parents. After reading the article, my ex-husband turned pale and he collapsed to the ground in the middle of the street. He then started murmuring under his breath about why he divorced me. It seems like after the divorce, my ex-husband used up all his savings on useless things. Apparently, he wasn't satisfied with just that, so he borrowed money from different services thinking that he'll receive the inheritance soon. Before we got divorced, my stupid ex-husband thought that if I knew that he was after my mother's inheritance, I wouldn't agree to a divorce. That is why he forced the divorce on me. My ex-husband did that because he thought that the inheritance will be transferred to his account on its own. However, when he learned the truth about the inheritance, he abruptly changed his attitude.
Alright, I understand. Let's get back together then! Come to think of it, getting a divorce at this age will just result in a very miserable retired life for the both of us. Now that I think back to our conversation regarding the divorce, you were refusing a lot to get the divorce. I finally awakened to the reality. Come back to me, and let's go home together!
My ex-husband's words were very disgusting, so it made me want to vomit. That is why I told him about how I have a lot of hobbies now, and I've been enjoying my life to the fullest ever since my divorce. I then told him that I didn't plan on getting back together with him ever again, to which he replied,
What? But what am I going to do? How am I going to survive the rest of my life?
He started panicking. I don't know, and I don't care.
Please, Samantha, I beg you, let's get back together.
You've got to be kidding me. Who in their right mind would want to be with someone who wishes their parents' death? I am horrified that I married you. Don't you ever come crawling back to me again. I never want to see that evil face of yours.
I'll take care of you, I promise.
Don't you remember what you told me? You said to me that you don't like me because of how I spend too much on things. I am going to say the same words to you. I don't want to get back together with an ex-husband who spends too much on things.
Please, I'm begging you, please, have mercy on me.
After I said those words, he couldn't say anything back. Instead, he collapsed to the ground and put his head on his hands while crying. Not long after, I heard rumors that my ex-husband quit his job since he was so sure about receiving the inheritance money. And because of that, He is now knee-deep in debt, and it seems like his house has been taken away from him to pay a portion of his debt. Apparently, he now lives in a very shabby and dirty apartment. He doesn't seem to find a job, so he is now foraging through the trash in parks and around the city. I heard that he is now living like a homeless man. I believe that everything that is happening to him now is all a result of his actions to feed his greedy self. As for me, I am now living a second life, and through the different hobbies I have and by learning tons of new skills, I am having so much fun, and this is just the beginning of the rest of my life. I am enjoying my life to the fullest together with my best friends. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think of this video? If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.